Right then, people. Welcome back to The Ripple Effect with me. And this week's guest, the wonderful Culture Cams, who's killing it on YouTube. If you've not seen one of his videos, just click on one. And then you will see lots of them. And they will all nourish you with footballing goodness. Yeah?
Yes,
good promo.
Perfect promo. Perfect.
Thanks for coming in, mate. We've done a lovely, juicy podcast on Man United. And now we're going to have a look at the Premier League summer signings so far. So one thing, just to not be hypocrites from the first podcast, this is, we've got some different tiers here. Now, the tiers for this are huge potential, will come good, not feeling it, why, refund.
Okay, cool.
Probably a bit too many. I might get rid of one of them. We'll figure it out. But the thing to remember here is early days, but we're going to have a nuanced discussion, and that's why you guys are here. So thank you for joining us in this room, virtually. And we're going to get into it. So, because there are a lot of new signings and they are all finding their feet.
Yep.
Some are finding their feet quicker than others. But I think what's great is, and I know you and Leah's are big on the eye test. I think I'm getting bigger and bigger on the eye test.
Yeah, welcome.
I know.
Welcome.
I think I'm kind of like, I had a good discussion with someone about this actually last week about the balance between the two. And because I think people that turn away from stats are kind of missing the point a little bit. The point of stats is you should see something, then you should be able to go, I reckon this stat, and you find the stat and you go, not the other way around.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do it the other way around.
Yeah.
Anyway, the stats are going to be pretty limited here because it's early data set, but that's part of the fun in terms of where we feel like they're kind of going.
Yeah.
Let's start off with, and we'll run through as many as we can. Martin Zubimendi, 26, come through the door, 7 appearances, 2 goals, no assists. Here's a ripple effect for you. Ripple effect of this season has seen less need for Miles Lewis-Skelly for build-up purposes because you've got Zubi in there, making Calafiori more important and ahead of him in the pecking order.
Yep.
So let's touch on Zubimendi first. Comes through the door. He's a bit of me as a player, I'll be honest.
You like him, yeah?
Yeah. To your point on the previous podcast, that first game against Man United, I think that hit him like a train.
Yeah, it did.
He was like, what is this? Like, why does the ball keep going over my head?
Yeah.
Like a real different planet for him. But I feel like I think he will be huge for them.
Huge.
I do. I think, let's get rid of huge potential. Let's get that. Let's just do, you're going to be huge.
Okay.
Or will come good. So I think he will be huge for them. I think the way Arteta's setting up with having Declan Rice kind of with him a little bit at times, it means that like different people can like bomb on a little bit. That's the one thing I've been a bit quite impressed with him is that I think he would just sit there.
Yeah, I thought that too, but he's actually going, even in build-up, Declan Rice is sometimes starting the build-up, and I thought it was always going to be Zubimendi picking up the ball from the back four. So sometimes I see him when they're in possession, he's actually higher up than Declan Rice, which is quite interesting. It's not a development that I thought was going to happen.
I'm getting a vibe you're not sure.
Yeah, I'm not too sure with Zubimendi, you know. Like, I'm not a fan of flimsy defensive midfielders.
Okay.
Not really my thing, you know what I mean? Unless you're like special. But so with him, I'm
you're a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
So are you an enforcer?
Me, I get about, you know what I mean? I'm quite lazy though, I'll be honest, right? I'm quite lazy. But I've got physical strength, you know what I mean?
Right.
I've got power.
Yes.
That's the thing. I got power about me. So with me, I'm not really a big fan of it. And I think if you are going to be that...
See, I don't have power. I think that's why I'm
that's
like,
the
but he's so smart. He's so clever. He reads the game.
The thing is, like, I look at him and I do think, he reads the game and stuff. But I think if you are going to be like a flimsier type... Well, let me say what I say is I see him at a similar level to what Jorginho achieved.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And what is that? That's good. Jorginho was a good player, but was it amazing?
Yeah.
That's how I kind of see Zubimendi for me.
I get what you're saying.
Like, but even Jorginho, I thought it's early. It's very early, by the way. But Jorginho had this kind of give me the ball about him. Zubimendi, it could be by this instruction, but it's not that right now. But I think he will come good. I'm not going to say poor signing or anything like that, but I wouldn't say huge.
Okay.
I still think Declan Rice's importance is going to be far greater.
I just think, and again, this is probably leaning on me in terms of like the player that you wish you were.
Mm-hmm.
I love players that can see a pass that no one else can see, and then they do that one, and you go, oh,
yeah.
And I think like Declan Rice I thought Declan Rice was unbelievable in the last game, and he's often unbelievable. So I kind of like let it go. I don't really understand any kind of critique of him really because I just think he's brilliant. Because Scholes had to go at him the other day saying he's like. He could be so much better, but he just does unnecessary things. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not going to argue with Scholes, but I kind of, I didn't. I thought that was a bit funny because the way he gets about the pitch, it's just like,
incredible, man.
He's so complete.
It's like a modern Keane in a way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But he played a pass. He played a pass into Eze, and people were going a bit. I thought they were going a bit mad about the pass because it was quite a simple pass. But I think Zubamendi does that all the time. Yeah. And I don't think that will become like a regular, like, we know that about him. So he might get kind of like forgotten a little bit. I think he plays the ball forward a bit more than Jorginho, personally.
You think so?
I think Jorginho's a bit like...
He was more metronomic. Give me the ball and then go... Yeah, I get what you're saying. I can hear that.
So that's okay. We can disagree.
Yeah.
Huge,
will come good.
Will come good. Okay.
Yes.
Well remembered. Good. Sticking with Arsenal, we'll work through them. Gyökeres.
Gyökeres.
How are you feeling about him?
Not feeling it.
You're not feeling it?
I'm not feeling it, I'll be honest with you.
I get why feeling it. I get that.
I'm not feeling it with Gyökeres. Gyökeres, for me, I looked at him in Portugal and I was genuinely looking at him and I was like, what is his outstanding thing that I think if he comes to the Premier League, it's just going to easily translate? And I didn't see it. And a lot of people saying, well, Haaland played in this league, and I'm like, Haaland is genuinely a physical freak. Like he's like a physical specimen. Like his genetic athleticism is unreal. So that will translate. And honestly, people may laugh because he became kind of a meme or whatever, but Darwin Núñez, I looked at him in Portugal and I said, oh, what you have can translate to the Premier League. I would have never anticipated how bad he was at finishing. But that speed, that athleticism, it still actually got him pretty far at Liverpool.
He just couldn't finish it.
He just couldn't finish it. Like he was a chance magnet. And I thought to myself, but Gyökeres, I know he's running past these players, but he doesn't strike me as the peakest athlete. He doesn't strike me as the fastest guy. And I was like, okay, how's it going to translate? And I'm looking at him at Arsenal, and I think any base level striker for Arsenal should score about 15 goals. I think that Kai Havertz did it. Jesus would have did it if he stayed fit. Base level will be about 15 goals. But do I look at him and think to myself, I think he'll get that.
I think he'll get that, yeah.
But do I look at him and I think to myself, oh, you're going to be Arsenal striker for the next 3 years and they're going to be relying on you to be scoring 20 plus and putting up crazy numbers? No. And now look at it, he just won the Gerd Muller award. He'll never get that at Arsenal. He'll never ever get that level at Arsenal. I don't think he's a great player, but I think he will score goals. I look at his touch sometimes. I look at the way he occupies centre halves, and I'm like, not really my type of player.
I think
I'll be
he
honest.
needs to get cuter. He really does need to get cuter because I think what is interesting, I would put him in. I get why you're not feeling it. I would put it in will come good.
Okay,
but how good? Like
that's
I would say, like
that's what I mean.
I think he'll get 15 easy.
I think
right?
so too.
Because I think currently he's like this battering ram, right? And different centre backs are like kind of walls, and with the right one, you can get pushed through it.
Yeah.
When you see him against, De Ligt and
they were having
some
him
of these
man.
different guys. I think they seem to be able to to deal with him pretty easily, right? Because there's no subtlety to it. You know, it's like you fight fire with fire, and you should be all right. I think against the other teams where you don't need that same kind of subtlety, I think you'll score a lot of goals. Yeah. And I sort of said this a couple of weeks ago. So far, I guess it's true. Is that it feels like, and I thought he had a few unfortunate moments against Newcastle, but there's one moment where he gets kind of put through and he has to run against Malik Chow. And as he's driving, he doesn't do anything outrageously wrong, but you know what? It's so comfortable. Yeah. It's so comfortable. And so he needs to progress. Yeah. And he needs to develop even at kind of this age. And I think that was a debate with him and Seshko, was that you felt like Seshko's got more like room to progress. Yeah. And maybe more like natural raw bits to him. Whereas Gyökeres is going to be that battering. Now, in terms of getting you where you want to be, which is to win the league, I think a lot of points that they dropped last year was was down to not conceding goals. It was down to scoring goals. So I think in those other games,
but the thing is,
crucial.
Is it going to be like that though? Is it necessarily like, is the game so black and white that it's like, oh, last season we didn't beat the little teams, but we were good against the big teams. So at Gyökeres, he's just going to score against all the little teams, and then we're going to do the same thing we did against all the big teams, and that means we win the title. That seems a bit too...
Well, I think, first of all, you got like Havertz. Havertz is not just going to stop playing. Mm-hmm. So like, you could bring him in certain games. I also think we've kind of seen it when people talk about the handbrake and stuff like that. I think Arteta thinks that the league will be won and lost on how you get on against the other guys, as much as the games against Man City and Liverpool. Those games are huge, of course they are. And if you can get the win, great. But if you don't lose, that's pretty cool too.
That was Fergie's mantra. Fergie honestly did not care about the big games the way we used to win leagues and not beat the big teams a lot of times.
But you'd beat everyone.
Everyone else would beat. And maybe that is what Arteta's thinking. Like, Fergie used to be like, go, especially away from home, just don't lose. We don't lose away from home. He's happy, man. Because it's only 3-4 fixtures. Well, obviously that stacks up.
But also, I don't think. I always think it's so more so than ever. I think it's harder to win those other games.
Yeah,
like those Bournemouth,
Yeah,
like you know, we were talking the last one. You go Sunderland.
Yeah,
like,
teams come and
teams are quick. They've got physicality. They're good in transition. They're organised. Teams have never been more organised than this. Teams have never been bigger than this.
Yeah.
So then you're making it a bit of a set piece game.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a problem.
One thing
as well.
for sure is that Arsenal. I still think even if Gyökeres, I don't think he's going to flop. But even if he did flop, I think Arsenal can still win the league in spite of that. I do think they can. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to be so bad for him to have a real effect on what I think Arsenal can do this season.
Yeah. I do. I feel that Lukaku just like can't seem to score against that. I think that could be a tag for him. Yeah. Unless he can get a lot cuter, a lot quicker. But he still facilitates the team in different ways. It just like eye test wise, it doesn't look great. It doesn't. You'd love him in midfield. Eze, I've spoken too much about Eze.
Yeah, huge.
So you tell me about Eze. Do you think huge?
Huge if he's allowed to play in the 10. On the left hand side, I've seen Eze for England. On the left hand side, we saw a little bit of it for Arsenal. It's not his best role, man. It's not his best role. You don't want, like, you're trying to turn him into like a 1v1 kind of player. And Eze, central dribbling, like running in the middle of the park. He's top 3 in the league, in my opinion. If you're talking about getting the ball and running through players in the middle of the pitch, I look at Eze. Cunha's really good at it as well. But you running through people.
That's so underrated, that skill as well. That's so difficult.
So underrated. And I think if they can get him in that role, you know what I mean? Like, he moves the ball quicker than Odegaard. He's more direct than Odegaard. He runs past players better than Odegaard as well. This is not to disrespect Odegaard in any way, but I think he excites people as well. You're talking about low blocks, mid blocks. When you play against low blocks and you play against mid blocks, you need someone that can carry the ball. Penetration is important, right? Yeah. You need someone that can commit. If I know Eze's on the ball, you're going to have to go to him. You're going to have to go towards him. And then he'll go past you. And then all of a sudden, he's gone past you. Oh, Gyökeres has slipped that run. That's a goal for him. But if you're got an Odegaard who's not going to do any of that, he's going to pass it around. That's how teams just set themselves up. And I think Arsenal kind of have a little bit of a cheat code there with him in the 10 in terms of playing against these mid blocks and these low blocks. So I think it's a huge sign if he plays in the 10 role. The left, I'm really hoping for his sake they don't put him on the left-hand side, honestly. Because Arteta's not the type of manager that's like, play on the left, but then, you're on the left, but it's a free roll off the left. It's not. It's you're on the left. You know what I mean? So I want him to play in the 10 role. I
couldn't agree more. I think I said it with Leah a couple of weeks ago. It was like, I could see him in that. I liked him on that right. He's not right-sided 10, but he's actually what you saw against Newcastle. He used that sort of second shadow striker. So to the point of Odegaard with the famous mid-block when you haven't got the ball where he becomes part of the 2, as they can do that. And he beats players, because me and Kai, we've spotted it once and now we can't unsee it. We're going to work on a video about it. He beats players without touching the ball. Do you know how mad that is? Well, he's not moving it. It's
like he just glides, isn't it?
It just glides past. It's so special.
And he's an massive. One of the things that Arsenal, they were genuinely probably bottom 3 in the league last season in terms of transitions. And now a lot of people are going to say, oh, we still scored transition goals. I mean, transition goals will still count, booting the ball long to Saka, and then he brought the ball down against Liverpool and then scored. That's individual brilliance. But in terms of like, you know, those counters at their best. Remember when like KDB will bring the ball forward, Sterling's running off, Sane's running off. You know what I'm talking about, transitions. Arsenal were really bad at that in terms of turning defence into attack quickly. I think Eze also helps that. He's one of the best ball carriers in the Premier League. Get him the ball on a transition, everyone can just go. Yeah. Whereas Odegaard, again, touches, small touches. He's not got the power to keep going and run and bring them forward. So I think with Eze in there, it's massively going to help them in that 10 role, man, honestly.
I agree. Huge. Been pretty consistent with this one. I know, like, it's a weird one for me with Eze because it's like it's the first time people are going, well, you're biased.
Yeah.
And I don't really get that much. Yeah. But I'm like, I am, but like, I can still see.
Yeah.
Like, and you
got there for a reason.
You said it for me. Kelleher. So move over to a couple of Brentford boys.
Kelleher, I mean, that's a good signing.
He's done well, man.
Yeah.
I think that's, I mean, obviously pretty pricey to go there. Flecken was pretty... they actually made money off Flecken going to there. And Flecken was... he was really highly rated by Brentford. No one else really spoke about it because maybe it's a Brentford thing.
Up there with like all the save charts.
Yeah.
Flecken was always up there, innit?
Yeah. And I always... there's my mate, there's a forum called the Griffin Park Grapevine, and they'll have like who their man of the match is, and Flecken would win it regularly or be right up there.
He was good. I think Kelleher's a really good replacement.
Amazing replacement. Yeah. I'd love to know the contract and what the situation is there. 26, come in, obviously making saves from penalties. I had a couple of like shaky starts at the beginning of it, but I think that can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Like even, and I know it's a bit disastrous but the initial thinking going into the season is obviously not that, you know, you go down. But if something like that was to happen, that's a really good sellable asset.
Yeah, he'll move on. He'll be back in the Premier League.
Yeah, but I don't think, I mean, feels like Brentford are...
You know, better than I thought, to be fair.
They are. I think they're going to be a hard watch.
Yeah, Keith Andrews, you can see he is a set piece coach, innit?
Yeah.
You can see it. I mean, what's all these long throws, bro?
Mate,
like,
it's everywhere.
What?
Here's that. So I said this week, we make a short for the Premier League.
Okay.
And I was like, we need to do a short on long throws. And we found a stat on it. And it was like, prior to this season, in terms of per game, how many long throws there were, it's generally like 1 point something. It's now like nearly 4.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Everyone's at it.
What do you think the reason for that is, though? Because I actually always thought set pieces are very underutilized in football. I've always thought that. Do you know what the
biggest thing is?
Yeah.
You can't be offside.
There we go. Launch that.
So if you think of a game of football, the pitch is as big as the defenders decide to a point, right? Because if they go, they're offside, leave them. With a throw on, if they go, you have to go with them.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, the ball is, and when you're throwing the ball, you should be pretty accurate with it, right?
Yeah.
So you're guaranteed the ball
going into the danger area
with
time.
Loads of players there.
Yeah. I think throw-ins. Look, Tony Pulis probably sitting here listening to this and thinking, like, oh, well, guys, I told you 20 years ago. But you know what it is, right? I think, yes, you should see corners, throw-ins, free kicks. They are the opportunity for you to do something unopposed. They should always be maximised. Always. When I saw people criticising set piece again about Arsenal, I'm like, finally, there's a team that are actually putting priority to a free opportunity. It doesn't make... Yes, launch that long throw into the box. It should be seen as, in a way, another corner. It really should be. Like, you shouldn't want the ball to go out the pitch. Soon we're going to see players like, you remember that famous clip where against Stoke, where the guy kicked it out for a corner instead of a throw?
Yeah.
So we're probably going to get a lot more of that soon. Like, there's going to be teams that are like, this team, actually, the data tells us they're better from throw-ins than corners. Kick the ball off for a corner.
Mate, I remember QPR played Millwall, and we had this. They had this guy this long throw, and it was like, it's exhausting to watch though.
Yeah,
like when it's you, it's just like,
it's like, here we go
anywhere
again.
in that half, it's like he does this whoop thing.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I mean, we drew the game 1-1, but he got sent off. This guy, and we're like, thank God for that. Like, we've got to deal with this. Like, Because like you say, I think with Thrones in particular,
Yeah.
it's so unopposed.
Yeah.
And the angle, it's not like you've got to whip it onto it.
It's a straight.
It's straight. Yeah. Because if you think, there's the other thing I think you'll see more and more, which it has got more prominent, but I think maybe with corners as well. Think of the goal, Arsenal's goal, Newcastle's first goal, and the goal against Everton, which came not from the initial corner, but when it came back out. That cross on the corner of the penalty box, and that more so than ever before, like you're having 4, 5, 6'2" plus guys in a diagonal line, in line with that back post. It all feels pretty obvious, but teams are really, really working towards that. And you saw like Voldemort, I would say Arteta because he looks like a Marina. And the goal, it was Keane with the good header as well. You're going to see that more and more and more. Yeah, you don't want it to be everything.
No, you don't. Like I don't want to see it from I want to see it from when it's like around the boxish area. So let's say like the corner to maybe like the 18-yard line or something. Well, great. I don't want to see teams just getting just over the halfway line and just now all the defenders going, you now start launching it. That's when the game's gone. Yeah. That is when the game's gone.
Jordan Henderson, 35-year-old, 6 appearances.
You know, I laughed at this signing.
Did you?
I did laugh at it.
Well, I'm intrigued about this because, you with the boys, you're like, you're not backwards and coming forwards. You say, this is this. And you have to eat a bit of humble pie, which I like. I think it's good that you've got that in you.
Yeah. I mean, because he schooled us. He actually schooled us. Like, I was doing a watch along for the game. Yeah. And I was like...
Where is that available?
That's on my YouTube channel. That's on my YouTube channel. So I was watching the game. I was doing a watch along. And I was like, oh, literally, it's like commentator's curse. I was like, come on, man. We got a game. We got Jordan Henderson in midfield. Literally just clips it over the top. Just as I said it. Bam, Thiago goal. So, you know what? Credit to him because I actually thought it's going to be like a walking disaster. Like Jordan Henderson coming in, 35 years old. Keith Andrews in charge. Wow, relegation is just looking absolutely perfect for them. And he's come in and actually did decent. You know what I mean?
Mate,
I haven't looked at him as a glaring...
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Like, you know what is it? I've got to give respect to Henderson as just a top model pro. And those model pros can play on for years and years and years just through their leadership. Now, I think the reason why I'm so against Henderson is because he keeps getting called up for England, and that is really irking me. So maybe that was a bit of a effect of it. But do you know what? I will give Jordan Henderson credit. I had him. I think I did something where it was like worst signing of the season. I think I had him as worst signing of the season.
Really?
I genuinely think I did. So
I think
Henderson.
I think it's smart, and I think if you think of the way that they're playing, it works as well. And age ain't nothing but a number.
Yes.
35. He's still got legs enough. Yeah, okay, maybe it takes a second longer to get there. But he's got a bit of protection around him and legs around him. I think he's in an okay place. So Kelleher, I think both of those are like. Are you feeling Henderson? Have you moved away from that?
I'm going to put Henderson as will come good.
Okay.
Is there something between will come good and huge?
I had huge potential. But maybe that doesn't work. No. We can always change it.
Kelleher's huge.
Just give it. You can say it you can give it wherever you want.
Kelleher's huge because if Brentford are going to stay up, he needs to have a big season.
Yeah.
So Kelleher's huge. Yeah. Henderson, I'm going to say will come good. Okay. For the season. After this, guys, he's on his own. You know what I mean? I think they're both huge, if I'm honest. Okay. I think Henderson, him as a, and it feels a bit lazy analysis, but actually people don't concentrate on it enough, is like the leadership is enormous. And the communication, like I speak about this all the time, but I went to England, Senegal, in Qatar. I've never ever heard someone bark like that. Really?
Like, not literally, but like, just going at Saka constantly.
I saw
and I think it's and he does it in a way. So Van Dijk, I was watching Van Dijk was hammering Konate at the weekend. Move it faster. Play the puck. Like, I couldn't believe it. And Konate had a tough time. And I think a big part of that was Van Dijk kind of on him. Yeah, a little bit, as much as a few different things, right? But yeah, Van Dijk, I feel like he's a bit more gently, a bit more like moany than Henderson.
You see it
yeah. Henderson, I think, in a team like that, where you might be going through difficult patches, won't have the ball as much, you've got to have that organisation to keep you going. And I think he'll be huge. I really do. But Joao Pedro.
It's an interesting one.
They're struggling a little bit, Chelsea.
It is an interesting one because Joao Pedro has quietly gone from oh, the hope 9 to... Actually, he's not really a 9, is he? That's what I'm starting to see. You know what I mean? So when that starts to happen...
What's Mayo saying? Is he changed?
Mays is like, he's a bit like... He's the same way. He's kind of like, he's not really a 9, but he's not getting opportunities and stuff. And I'm like... I saw a stat apparently that his only shot on target was the goal against West Ham in September.
Right.
So I'm like, wow, that means he's not really getting anything. And the type of player he is that Joao Pedro's not going to wait for chances. He's going to drop deep and try and run past players. And he's very Gabriel Jesus about him. So then that also then limits you from getting chances because you're trying to create your own chance all of a sudden. So he's in a tough position because already, if you're only 6 games in and people are like, oh, you're actually not a number 9, then you got concern there. People were generally talking like maybe he'll get 20 goals this season. And I was like, that's a big jump.
I'm not about like reading too much of that, but I'm surprised by that. Like 2 weeks ago, he was like signing of the season.
This is what I mean, right? And now you're looking at it and I'm like, were we just all excited off the Club World Cup a little bit?
Well, but I mean, we're suggesting that's true. I don't think that's true. I get you in terms of like him going looking for the ball a little bit too much. I mean, I think...
Is he a 9 though?
Is he a 9?
Because some people are like, oh no, maybe play Joao Pedro in 10, but now you got Cole Palmer, you got Enzo Fernandez, who's turned into like Kevin Nolan regen. And
it's about, but what do you want? Like, do you want Gyökeres de Lap 9? Is that what Chelsea want?
I think that's Chelsea heritage, man. That's
Chelsea. The Chelsea striker situation is a complicated one.
It is. I mean, all the ones that have worked out, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and then Drogba and Costa and like they felt like proper, even Giroud to an extent.
Yeah.
And then you got these ones that Chelsea have had like Moratas and stuff, and then Joao Pedro's and stuff. They're just a bit.
You need a firm, they like need a firm one.
Feels like a Chelsea striker, but if he had the quality to match, of course, that's up for debate for people. But the way he plays feels like a Chelsea striker. But again, it's a new Chelsea, innit? It's not the same Chelsea, so.
Yeah, and I think there's been things at play, right? If you think the last 2 Premier League games, players sent off in both. I think that system struggles once you lose a player because it's kind of about utilising the width a lot of the time. That was what I was going to say about Pedro. Is like when you've got the wingers, wide players that they have, they are wingers. Yeah, they are not. I mean, Garnacho maybe slightly different, but they're not like I'm going to make that diagonal run in behind you, so you dropping deep's okay. Like Salah and Gakpo. So when he is doing that, instead of being like the point of the arrow, let's say, like if you think of Maresca at Leicester, Vardy was that he'd stay up there, right? So that could be a bit of a problem with Pedro at times. But losing a couple of players isn't great. That said, it's not a great start to the season. No. You know, not being able to break down Palace, but we know they're really, really good defensively. West Ham 5-1 win, but West Ham are pretty bad. I think 4 of those goals were from corners.
3-4 set pieces.
Fulham good home win in a derby. Brentford, that's 2 derbies to be fair to you. That's 4 London games.
They stayed in London. They stayed in London up until Man United. Yeah, and that's why beginning of the season, I put Chelsea to be after 5 games top of the table because I thought
win them.
They're not travelling. They're just gonna blow these London teams away, and it's not like
I don't look at it that way.
Do you? I was thinking about if it was like Tottenham and Arsenal in there, where I know these are London derbies, right? But Tottenham and Arsenal and maybe West Ham are the ones that are maybe a bit more something to them, right?
This is Man United lens coming out, right?
Really?
Let me tell you why you're wrong.
But do Chelsea view like Palace as like a rivalry?
That is irrelevant.
You think so?
Do you know what's relevant?
What do you think?
What do Palace think? What do Brentford think? So when Brentford go and play...
Okay, I get what you're saying.
When Brentford go and play Man City...
Yeah.
Big game, but, probably not going to win that one, blah, 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 blah. When it's London games, and especially if you are the favourite, that game goes from likelihood of winning being that to that. Because this is a cup final for Palace and for Brentford.
I didn't think of it from that angle, to be fair. I was only thinking about it from... That is a good point. Very good point. So those London games are really annoying. Yeah. The more because even if you have like QPR in the Championship, we'd have a lot of when there were a lot of London teams. They're all in the Premier League now, annoyingly. But like when they were all there, you'd go even like Watford or Charlton. You go, it's not really a derby, but it kind of is, and you're up for it. Yeah. So like, and I don't know if Watford care or not, but it just adds a little bit something.
an annoyance.
That's a good point. I was only thinking about it in a way of like, ain't got to travel far.
Yeah.
They're just going to be, it's going to be kind of comfortable and stuff. And they're the better team. So I was thinking, all right, that's good for them to start that way. But like the away games, you don't want to go Newcastle. You don't want to go these games. I was thinking, away games, perfect. But to be honest, I didn't think about it from the lower team's point of view that, they're going to get up for it. Yeah,
because in truth, you're actually better off going further afield before the Champions League kicks in. Mm-hmm. And you got like the churn of that and the League Cup and those things. So interesting. So Joao Pedro, will he come good?
I'm going to say he will come good because I can't see him being a flop. Okay. And I like the player. My thing with Gyökeres was I don't like the player, but I do think he will do okay. So I had to put him in not really feeling because I'm not really feeling the player. But I do like the player of Pedro, so I'll say he will come good.
Okay. I really rate Pedro. I think he will come good. I think we're good. Yeah, but him being that lone striker is slightly problematic because I don't think he wholeheartedly wants to be there. He like him with Welbeck. The amount of goals where he got the GA, but Welbeck had they zipped into Welbeck. He'd popped it off beautifully, and Pedro's facing this way with Minte and Mitoma ready to go. But I think he will overall come good. Maybe not huge though. Garnacho and Gittins. We'll put them together. Ooh. 92 minutes for Garnacho so far, 215 for Gittins. Combined cost of around 90 million. Selling Noni Madueke, the ripple coming. And Nicholas Jackson has reset the trust cycle for Enzo Maresca. Chelsea's model relies on signing young players who are then developed to fit their system and grow into their surroundings. Last season, two of Chelsea's main attacking options, Noni Madueke, Jackson, both of whom were in their second full season at the club, had begun to earn Maresca's trust. However, by selling these players, Chelsea have now seemingly reset the process, signing Gittins, who is extremely talented but also extremely raw, and Garnacho, who has to prove himself after his troubles at Man United. You agree with that?
Yes, I agree with it.
The settling period is important. I was thinking about this for like maybe a future podcast of like, or if you're predicting a new season, there's something smart in going, who's in their second season? I think there's something about that when they you go, all right, I've lived here a year. Yeah. I understand the rhythm of all of this, and now I can maybe like push on. Yeah. Whereas like for these guys, Esteval as well, of course, there's a lot of new stuff going on, and that's awkward when I think Chelsea have come off the summer that they've had. Yeah. Because everyone thinks like, oh, you'll be the ones, and we're not seeing it so far.
I feel like not really feeling these. Not really feeling these. And the reason is because I don't think the expectation of what Chelsea need is what those players will give them. You know what I mean? Chelsea, though, Gittins, not really feeling that one. And Garnacho, when I'm looking at Garnacho, I know Chelsea, because he got decent GA and stuff at United, I do think Chelsea fans are going to expect that, but even more in abundance, because Chelsea's attackers, none of them guarantee you goals at the moment. Joao Pedro don't guarantee you goals. Even when his high scoring seasons at Brighton, he scored 10 penalties in one season. You know what I mean? So he doesn't guarantee you goals. You look at the right winger, Pedro Neto literally does not give you goals. And then you look at the left winger. And I think that left winger, if it's Garnacho eventually, they're going to expect a lot of end products from him. And I've watched Garnacho. That end product may come. However, you're going to have to roll with the frustrations. Oh my God, there's going to be so many times it's not going to come. So it's kind of like a tough one. And Chelsea's not Man United as well. He came through Carrington, and we often give people time a lot of the time. And, you know, we pride ourselves on giving players time and all this stuff. Chelsea, they're not that type of football club, especially because they're bringing in so many. It's a revolving door. It's going to be, oh yeah, you're here for a stay. We'll sell you next summer 35 million. We'll take a 5 million loss if we need. Actually, Chelsea are great sellers, so they'll probably make profit somehow. And then that's all it is. So with Gittins, not really high on the player to be honest. I don't see, I know they're not playing in the same role because Noni's obviously on the right-hand side. But I look at like Gittins, I don't see him as an improvement on like a Noni's and stuff. So when I'm looking at Garnacho and Gittins, I am not really feeling combined 90 million. When you think to yourself, what if that money could have just been used on a, I don't know, 90 million on a Rafa Leao or something like that, or a real needle mover. I don't see these two moving. I do not look at them two and think. I don't even look at them and think Chelsea's improved as attack has improved from last season. Yeah, I don't. Has it?
It feels a bit caught in the churn of it. Like now, I don't know enough about Gittins to be honest. Like I've seen bits and I've seen a couple of games with him playing in, and you know, there's lots to like. So I wouldn't, you know, and again with all of these guys, everyone's ready to prove us wrong. That's the whole point. But it's just having a discussion. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, it's funny, isn't it? Like when Noni Madueke went, like, you know, the feeling around that, and then a couple of games you go, oh, yeah. I like him. He's direct.
I had high expectations for Chelsea this season. They really disappointed me, and I do think I got caught a little bit with the Club World Cup and the way they ended the season. I was thinking, oh, okay, Chelsea might be one of them ones, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I just had the lens over my eyes because honestly, I'm like, there's not much they got going on. Like they need a special Cole Palmer season again, and I don't see that coming because he can't really. He's actually quietly having fitness issues like Cole Palmer these days. So I can't see them.
I need more anger in that team. Like I feel like
it's not going to be
there. It feels a little bit like
going to be there.
I'm fed up. It feels like it, not sulky, but like, and not. I don't want to say soft, but like it's just young.
Yeah,
like,
he's young.
Young where you go like Henderson. When you think Henderson, you get hard.
Yeah.
Like sort of like
you got
setting a
Caicedo
standard.
there.
Yes, Caicedo. That's what I was going to say.
There's a few like I think Cucurella plays well.
Yeah.
I think Caicedo. I think week in, week out, those are the only two consistent players. Caicedo and Cucurella, and that's a concern. That's only two of 11. So
and the system. Yeah, I'm not sure the system will ever get an outrageous amount out of those wide players in terms of like what you really, really, really are after. So yeah, I'm not feeling it.
Not feeling it at the moment now.
And I don't think you'll get a full refund. That's the thing. Because if it's 90, you know, what's that, 45 p?
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, Gittins was more, wasn't he, I think?
It was 55, I think.
Right. Yeah, you're going to get full refund? I don't know. I'm not sure refund can be put in there. Right. Let's move on. Jack Grealish. So
huge.
Yeah?
Huge.
I think so.
Huge.
Do you know what the problem?
That's my boy.
The problem, not that he's got, or sorry, the hidden weapon that he has is the amount of, and it hurts him too a little bit. He gets fouled so much.
I've never seen anyone get fouled so much.
He's also brilliant at winning a foul.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's why I'd always kind of, if I can get him in an England squad, that could be really useful. Because if you've got 20 minutes left, you go, look, mate,
set pieces.
Let's get Harry on. Let's get Harry Maguire on. And let's score some goals. But the one question I would have, right, a question for all Everton fans, or all fans, full stop. He's got 34 progressive carries so far this season. And actually, we did a video on the Premier League a couple of weeks ago about him, and it was amazing. Like at this point in the season, the reps he's getting in terms of let's get the ball to Jack Grealish, and Jack, off you go. He's going to have so many, hopefully, opportunities to really, you know, create good moments. But also, then if that's not really working, go win some fouls. Set pieces come from that as well. But I don't know if this is the option, but it sounds like it is. Would you pay 50 million if you're Everton for a 31-year-old Jack Grealish at the end of this season?
No.
Regardless of how well he plays?
I wouldn't do that, no. Because you just don't know when that side can come. And when you're like at Everton...
You said huge.
No, I think it's huge, but they need to negotiate that down.
Right.
Give me a 30 million. Can you do that? What, 50 million? Everton like especially... Everton, especially as a football club, Everton... They are like the lower table Man United in terms of their business over the last 10 years has been scandalous. Do you know what I mean? In terms of how much they've spent and what they've actually got out of them players. So Everton really got to think about that. Like 50 million for a 31-year-old. And right now, Jack Grealish, the concern is, we always talk about players, contract year players, right? Like players that are playing for their contract. Jack Grealish right now is playing for a move, whether it's for Everton or it's for someone else. He's playing, and a World Cup year. There's so much motivation. Chip on his shoulder because he got moved out of City. He needs to get a contract from Everton or someone else. And that's 3 motivations.
Yeah, he's getting so much love, isn't he? As well,
and he's instantly walked in, getting the love, becoming a bit of a cult hero. But you now sign him 50 million. All of a sudden, it's World Cup year's done. I can settle. And you might not get the same Jack. I think he's got 2 years. Is it 2? Is it 2 years?
Really? I wonder if did he sign? He wouldn't have signed any kind of extension, I'm guessing. I don't know if I can even find it here. Contract expires 2027.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that? 2 years.
And then by the time it's done, we'll be about
50,
1 year.
it's
50 is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of
I
money.
think you get. I think 30 might. Yeah, I think 30 is good.
Yeah. I think that's
if anything,
good.
Everton could be quite pushy with it because if he's just like utterly loved and goes, look, I just want to spend the next 5 years here.
Yeah.
Then like that could work in terms of getting that price down. But yeah, interesting. I think huge this season for them. I think they'd be fine regardless, but it could be the difference between 12th and 8th or 9th if they really, really go for it. Although they've not been outrageously good so far. But yeah, it's great to see him there. Good to see him getting on the ball, getting reps.
Yeah.
Dewsbury Hall there as well. He's only 27, Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah.
He might be the first person to get suspended for bookings this year. And one of those ones was from the quick free kick. I think this is. Oh,
I like.
It's not about will come good. I think it's huge. I think it's huge because I think that's it now.
Yeah.
I think he stays there. I think he's at least there. I think he's there 5 years.
I see.
And I think they love him.
Yeah.
And I think he's great.
I like that signing.
Yeah.
I like it. I'll put it as huge as well.
There are players like that. Like if they're a bit like we were talking in the last podcast, we were saying certain players, if you brought them back into Man United, would people just turn their nose up at him?
Yeah.
Dewsbury Hall, I think if he goes, that is his level.
That's his level. That's his
yeah.
level.
I don't even like saying that, but yeah.
That is. I mean, there's no shame in that, man. You know what I mean? There's no shame in some people.
Good player.
Finding their level. And some people are just not steady, but some people are just performing Premier League players for their career. Like I was talking to Iwobi about it when I interviewed him, and we were like, I was like, it's actually incredible that you've been a Prem player your whole career. Like, but you are just, I don't want to say just, because again, that sounds crazy, but you are just a performing Premier League player, and you will be that.
Triple P.
Yeah. You will be that for the rest of your career. Like, just Prem level. Like, but I don't think he even thinks it, like, that he's, okay, I'm going to go off again and go back to Arsenal. I'm going to go to City. I'm going to go. No, you will be Fulham and these teams, but mate, you're going to be, that's a great career at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I see that. I think that's the same for Dewsbury Hall, even though he did drop down to the Championship. But yeah, I think that's
But I mean, he was way too good for the Championship.
Yeah.
But that whole team was. Anton Stack at Leeds. Leeds, another physical team. He's good. I was looking at it this morning. He's sprinted. He's ran more than anyone in the league. Like, full stop.
I haven't really paid attention to this guy.
So I was trying to find it, like, because I was wondering how many sprints and stuff he's done. He's sort of, hard-working midfielder, big boy, 6'2", and that's what Leeds have kind of gone down that road. Like, you can tell Daniel Farke was really big on, like, let's not get bullied, at least. And like Langstaff as well. Longstaff.
John Longstaff.
Mate, scored a kind of fortunate goal at the weekend. But yeah, he makes them really, really solid. He's got slight Polina vibes as well. I think I'll take this one. Yeah. I think he's I think he's huge because I think literally he's huge. But also he's 26, so I think he will be Premier League. He'll be a triple P.
Yeah.
By the end of the
Premier League player.
I like it when you phrase the ball. He will be a triple P by the end of the season. So again, if you aren't able to get it done, it's not one where like you'd either love him in the Championship, which I don't think it would need to do, and it'd be interesting if Leeds can stay up. Like they look solid.
The 3 promoted teams have been a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, and technically he's pretty good as well. I think it'll be one by the end of the season. I think there'll be a lot of talk about him. I think he's been amazing, really solid signing for them so far, from what I've seen. Here we go, Florian Wirtz. 007, 008. Just see. Oh no, he's got an assist.
Florian Wirtz. This one is, Florian Wirtz.
I went big on this guy. I kept saying, you've bought a Premier League great.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't go that far. No,
I'm holding firm. I think
I'm a fan of Florian Wirtz. I'm not going to flip flop. I'm not going to switch up now. But I am a little, even though I've used to watch him at Leverkusen, but again, it all depends on the league you're in and stuff like that. But I am startled. I'm getting a little bit scared with how physically weak he is. I'm like, you are getting pushed.
Do you think he's that physically weak?
Bro, he's getting pushed off the ball. And he's not, listen, David Silva was not a physical specimen, right? But he used to know how to shield the ball, keep the ball away from you, use your body. I'm looking at Wirtz and I'm like, bro, you're literally just like telling them, come get the ball off me. And they're just pushing you off the ball and he's not bursting past players. And I'm like, you're giving me a Sancho vibes quite early on, man. You're giving me Sancho vibes right now.
I'm not sure, man.
So I'm going to say he will come good because, again, I will be seriously flip-flopping if I just turn around now and be like,
why did you like him? Answer that.
I love intelligence.
Okay.
I love people that have like good first touches. You know what I mean? Is incisive dribbling is brilliant. And one thing I always thought was underrated about him is his shooting ability. I think a lot of people, I think Prem fans honestly have misprofiled him a little bit. I was seeing Prem fans talking about him like coming to the club, and they were talking about him a little bit in a way that in a Silva, Ozil kind of vibe, where they were like, oh, we're gonna get this like playmaker who's gonna be, and I was like, he for me feels a lot more of like a shooter, a lot more of like a more creative than a Phil Foden, but more on that kind of path where Foden wants to score, dribbler and score, shoot. And I was hearing people talk like he's gonna be this kind of like ball dominant kind of, and I was like, you're getting the wrong player here. You know what I mean? He's not that type of player. So I think he was already misprofiled from the start. So the exaggeration around his performances are there because people have to overcompensate. Always happens. Mm-hmm. But I think he will come good. But my buts with him is what is good, because we have to be honest. 116 million. Yep. How he was spoken about before signing, good for me is like, he has to be, as you said, Premier League great. Like he has to be like he has to be one of the best players in the Premier League. I don't know. I'm scared about that a little bit, but I don't think I think he'll come good. But will he ever live, James? Wow. Would he ever live to his 116 million price tag? Okay.
He's going to be there a long time.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, he is. I think a few things. First of all, I was just trying to find it, and I'm not good enough on the Excel spreadsheet to do it properly. But he's made 108 sprints.
I used to see these stats for Mesut Ozil, man.
Right? No, and bear with me with this. Like, and I'm looking around, and I'm not seeing a lot. Name another player, because I'm having to do it through fine. Name another player who should be similar role as Wirtz.
Similar role. Oh, my mind's gone blank. What are you talking about? Like a number 10? Yeah, I'm trying to fix. So let's say it's hard because who's played every single game. I was going to say someone like Cunha or something like that, but he hasn't played every single game. Look, number 10. Yeah, number 10's in the game these days. Eze. No, he's not playing every game. Well.
Right, don't worry about that. The point is, a lot of players. Very few players are making that amount of runs. I think.
Is that good for him though?
No. I think when you think of Wirtz, you're thinking of a 10. When you're thinking of a 10, are you thinking of someone running in behind? No,
you're not.
I think, and look, who am I? Right? I think Arne Slot knows far more about football than I do. Right? And he's got to find what works for Liverpool right now. I feel like he's not the A side yet.
Yep, I agree.
Right? And so and if you think about how they're playing, Ekitike looks great.
Yeah.
Right? Ekitike is doing one of the several skills that he's really good at. But in terms of like him dropping in, pick up the ball and then knitting it together and then going, the reason he's able to kind of do that and it work is Wirtz is running past him a lot of the time. Whereas at Leverkusen, that whole team was set up to give him the ball. Mm-hmm. He doesn't get the ball. He's not getting the ball the same amount, in my opinion. He's not being able to like stand there and people zip it into him. Yeah. He's having to go and get it when he does go and get it. So I feel like that team is still working to ideally work for Ekitike so far, get Salah on the ball at the end of it all. Yeah. Or you've obviously got Gakpo on the other side as well, so you need to get him involved. He's probably going to want to come inside as well. So that's kind of your space again as well. So I think currently the team's not set up in a way where it's all about him just yet. I wonder, with Isak coming through the door, I think this could be a real season of struggle for him. Yeah, okay. I think next season, certainly the season after that, if the belief stays with him, which I don't think it should go away too far, Salah won't be there forever. Yeah. And I think when that changes, I think it can be far more about him. Yeah. But right now, it's just not about him for enough. So he's having to do things that he doesn't really want to do. Yeah. That's the thing. When some players go to clubs, you are the system and then you become a cog in the system. And with somebody like Florian Wirtz, now he's just a cog in many moving pieces.
And it's like, how do you match up to that? But the greats find a way. Like, I always think about like Gareth Bale when he went to Real Madrid. From what he was at Spurs, he was the system. But then he goes to Real Madrid. There's Cristiano there. There's all these players. But he's so good that he still found a way of playing. Yeah. But if you look at the way he played at Real Madrid to the way he played at Tottenham, in the final few seasons at Tottenham, it's a completely different player. Yeah. It's genuinely a completely different player. But Gareth Bale is such a legend that he's going to... it's still going to translate. But for Wirtz, he has to be able to now look at it. And it's tough for these type of players because Salah's a legend of the game. But he has to, if you're Wirtz and you're the record signing, you have to walk in there, look Salah in the eye and be like, hey, it's A, some days I'm A, some days you're A. But I don't think he's walked in there with that at the moment. And now you're looking at it and I'm like, is he in Liverpool's best 11 right now? I wouldn't say so. I look at the midfield, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch. And on the left-hand side, JaackMaate has been moved out because they're trying to incorporate Wirtz. And you're thinking, even in their strongest team, maybe Ekitike might be on the left now, or Isak. They're going to have to find a way of making that work. But at the moment, I'm thinking off the left, no, not really. In the middle, no. So now you've got a £116 million player that's coming off the bench. But
you've got to commit in that stock. You've got to commit to that stock for me. So I was just trying to find someone else there. Like, I'm not certain now. Look, different teams maybe playing slightly differently. Josh King, I was thinking like, he's a 10. Yeah, right? Fulham, yeah. How many sprints do you think he's making?
How much do you say Wirtz has made?
108.
Josh King, he kind of runs a lot. I'm going to say he's made 90.
67.
Wow.
Now look, they maybe not got the ball as much.
Yeah.
Right? But I think it's worth sort of saying. Yeah. How many has Ekitike made?
Ooh. The Liverpool team, 80.
64.
Oh, man.
So your striker's not doing that. And Wirtz is doing 108.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I think there's something in that. I really do.
And you look at the type of player he is. That's a lot of, like, he's not powerful. So him having to sprint that much, and that could affect his game, 100%. Yeah. That could affect him.
I think he'll come good.
I'll put him as will come good. I just don't know how good is, but I'll put him as will come good because he's a quality player.
Yeah. Ekitike and Isak, we've got them together. Who will play more games this season?
Hey, Isak, you better watch out, You better watch out, You better watch out. I think they have to make Isak play. But I was saying, now, everyone that watched my content will know, I was saying, Isak's a huge signing, but I'm feeling very greedy today, so I'm just going to add something on top of my meal that I don't really need. Do you know what I mean? And I said, by the end of the season, we could have easily been speaking about Ekitike the way we speak about Isak. Isak have had 2 20-goal seasons, right, in the Premier League. I think Ekitike can do that.
Yeah, I've been so impressed.
At the end of the season, he could score 25 goals for Liverpool, all comps, and we will be speaking about him in the same breath as Isak. Quality-wise, is there much difference? Quality, I think there's similar levels of quality. Maybe you could say Isak is a bit more refined and stuff because he's older.
A bit more on out. Certainly with the way they're playing. Ekitike's playing was back to goal a lot more.
I think
Isak
to be fair,
is complete in a different way, but probably wants to face the goal a bit more.
Isak is very good at it. Against the best centre halves, he's given them lots of trouble. So Isak is probably the better player at the moment. But at the end of the season, we could have been speaking about Ekitike like Isak. Now, I do think, and it's a lovely, lovely issue to have, I guess, but there will be a little bit, I think, of a little bit of issues there because they're both too good to sit on the bench, especially how Ekitike started firing before Isak even got his move. Isak came and he's still firing, and then he's going to have to be, like I saw the other day, he scored a brace and then he came off 67 minutes or something. That's removed him from getting a hat-trick potentially, These are little things as a striker. You're going to be like,
that's a good point.
Having to... And how often in the 4-3-3 era with a one man up top, not two strikers, one man up top, have you had 2 top strikers stay at the club together for a long time? You don't get it. One of these two will be gone in 2 years. Yeah, one of these two really gone in 2-3 years.
Just to check it out there, because we were talking about Wirtz and like with the pressure for him to work. Yeah, if Ekitike and Wirtz don't really kind of find a flow together as a pairing, because it feels like Wirtz has been like quite sacrificial with all of it. Isak might, it's maybe an easier life if you move Ekitike aside to allow Isak to play more as an out-and-out striker, and then you give Wirtz that space to go and do that. So that might make life difficult for Ekitike. But if he's playing too good, he's playing too good.
Yeah, that affects. But then that affects like a McAllister or a SUBSTACK, and then all of a sudden the balance of the team.
Which one will go then?
Wirtz is a little bit of a headache.
Which one will go?
Which one will go?
Which one of those three will be the first to leave the club?
Ekitike.
Yeah.
Because I think he's going to do
Which
well.
Is mental.
Yes, I think he's going to do so well, but always because of the fee and because of who Isak is, might not get the nod. And then there's going to be a big team like a Barcelona who are looking for strikers. There's going to be a team. Ekitike will just take him. There we go. So, and that's all three are quality players. But I think this is what happens with squads. It's just what happens. Like, it's okay to have Erling Haaland if your second striker is Jesus. No disrespect. It's okay to have this. Yeah, but these two, I'm telling you, Ekitike can look this guy in the eye, and that's not good. It's not a good thing. Like Alvarez, look what happened with him. Like,
Troy Deeney said this to me. He said, when every year there'll be three strikers, and I hate you.
Yeah.
I'm worried about you two because you're trying to take my spot.
Yeah.
The third choice is he hates him because he wants the second spot so he can get close to me. You hate me.
And Alvarez, Julian Alvarez at Man City, he got to a point where it's like he's too good just to be some sub player. I feel like I can just sniff that straight away. Thank you very much. And I think that's what could happen. Milos
Kerkez, 9 appearances. 0.73 crosses into the penalty area in 24-25. 0.2 in 25-26. I'm not sure they're having him,
I liked him, but...
What's really unfair on Kerkez? What's really unfair on Kerkez is Arne Slot, and Arne Slot's manager, he needs to win the game, so that's all he's got to do, right? It's fine. But he is playing him a lot more narrow, or he goes up and pretends he's being a 10. But every person on that pitch knows they're never going to pass the ball to him. And Kerkez himself, his body language, he's going... He's pointing at the other guy, so you don't want the ball.
Yeah.
And that's not the best of Kerkez, right? The best of Kerkez was him being dynamic, and everyone was raving about him. Defensively, he's a little bit erratic.
Very.
Right? But in terms of getting back, he can do that. He's got, he's obviously physically more impressive than Andy Robertson right now. But I was watching the game against Palace, and he's like... When they have got the ball, he either got out the way so McAllister could drop in and get the ball, or he was kind of there in a really safe place. So either way, you're not getting the best version of Kerkez. Now, is that a problem broadly? No, Liverpool's still been winning games. But if you've bought Kerkez and you want the Bournemouth Kerkez, you're not going to get him.
Yeah,
and I think that's a problem for the optics of Kerkez. Also, there are moments where and maybe it's just this one game, and I was looking at it, I sort of saw it, and I was like, I feel like I'm seeing something here. They didn't want to pass to him. It didn't feel like, or sorry, it wasn't that. It was more like, this sounds really harsh, but it's like, why would I pass to you when McAllister's there or Graham?
Yeah.
It was more that.
Yeah.
And
damn.
And I don't know.
Okay, respecting these teams. I'm gonna put not quite feeling it. I don't like the start. I still think at this point, I don't know. I think Robertson might still be the better left back at this point. So
I wonder if
I'm not sure about it. Maybe it's just a rough start, but
yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm afraid. And I do wonder. The one thing also when Frimpong comes, see that's the thing about when I think about next year. You think at some point Salah will go, and Frimpong will take that space, and that might alleviate a lot of these different things. I also wonder if you bring in if you have Mark Gay and Van Dijk there, is that one where you go, okay, right, you can go now, so that the fullback's a little bit more, and that might lead to something. Because there's definitely moments where you go, go on, Kerkez, go.
Yeah.
And he's not. And I feel like that there's a reason for that. I think he's, abiding instructions.
I feel for Liverpool's fullbacks. They had two legendary fullbacks.
Yeah, it's hard.
In Robbo and Trent, who were the system. Under Klopp in their best years, those two were the system. Like the midfield three, you guys were literally there to basically cover spaces for them to get forward. And they were putting record numbers of assists up and stuff like that. So now you go to these guys who are not legendary players, Frimpong and Kerkez. It maybe can be seen as a downgrade, which is tough.
It's so different, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I'm wrong about Frimpong. I said something about like he'd be a bit of a flop. I think changing my mind.
You
on that, 'cause
reckon?
I think he's exciting when she's on the pitch. Do you know what I mean?
I guess so. I haven't really seen too much yet, but I like Frimpong, to be fair.
We'll do a few more, and then we'll do a quick fire bunch, if that's okay. So, I mean, this might be an easy, quick one. Reinders.
Oh, yeah. Huge. Proper player. Proper player, Reinders, isn't it? And the thing is, his engine is very underrated as well. I didn't know he had an engine like that. I knew he was a very good player, got an eye for goal. But his engine, he gets about, man.
It's like a quiet, it's quite an electric car. You know, it's just going. Yeah. But it's not. It's some players you watch, you see him run, and you can hear the.
Yeah. He's just trod.
But he's not. It's really. It's like one of those quiet ones.
Yeah.
He's something
like
else. Brian and Burmo
will come good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I wanted to get your take on the Man United guys.
He will come good. I really like him, Burmo, but. With the Amorim situation, I'm not liking the positions he's taken up on the pitch. He's nowhere near close enough to goal, which is really annoying because when he was at Brentford, he was close to goal. When you look at with Ivan Toney or with Wissa, that's why they had this great 1-2 punch. And now we've just got him on the touchline, which he's meant to be in the 10, but he's not a 10. And then we've got him on the touchline just spamming crosses to only one man in the box. We only have one man in the box with Sesko. So he's looking pretty wasteful, but I believe in him. I think he's a good player. So he will come. And I know Cunha's the next one.
Yep.
He's in the exact same boat for me. Cunha, I'm a little bit more concerned than I am with Mbeumo because Cunha has given me, as I said, hero of a slow. You know when they say big fish, small pond? I don't look at Mbeumo like that. I look at him as that you can plug and play him. I can imagine him going into Liverpool, Arsenal, plug and play type player.
Yeah, fair.
But I look at Cunha and I think, are you the system type player? Like, are you the player that needs the system around you? And that's where I'm kind of like, are you ever going to have that at Man United? Kind of just what you're saying about Wirtz. Are you going to have that? Now you're a quality player with Bruno about and just in general, like, so I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, to get that, you're going to have to come in and do massive things. So instantly we're like, okay, this needs to be Cunha's team. And right now hasn't been the way so far. But he's a quality player. So I'm going to say will come good as well. But I have a little bit more concern than I do for Mbeumo.
I agree on both. Maybe even huge for... is it Mbeumo? I was getting it wrong.
I used to say Mbeumo, right? And everyone started saying I was saying it wrong. Yeah. And then he did a thing and he said his name's Mbeumo.
Yeah.
I was like, Mbeumo?
I'm sure at the Premier League, I swear I got told it was Mbeumo.
Yeah,
so I sometimes shook out Mbeumo.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man.
I think he could be huge because I think his goals might keep him up.
Who's?
Mbeumo, whatever you want to call him. Brian. Honestly, if it gets that bad.
Yeah.
Nick Voltemade.
I like him, New Crouchy. Got the touch of Crouch. He's got the silk. He's
like
tall,
23, man. Great fit.
I like him, I like him. And do you know what I'm going to say? Huge. You know what I'm going to say? Huge. Now, I hope Man United fans don't think I'm not saying that Cunha and Mbeumo are huge players. They are huge players, but I think we're so bad right now, so I need to say will come good. But anyway, back to Voltemade, right? I think he's going to be a huge signing because of the context as well. I think losing Isak was like... that must have been deflating.
He's hit the ground running. That's crucial, don't they?
Yes. But I think he's going to kind of just, hey, life is not so doom and gloom without Isak, Wissa will come back. He'll run a little big man, little man thing. We used to see it back in Defoe and Crouchy. Hey, run it back, man. Eddie Howe, man. Hey, run it back. So I like this signing. I'm going to say it's going to be a huge signing.
Okay. The last one on United one, Seshko. It's been hard, man, considering you were like waiting to see him and now you're starting to see him.
Yeah, I actually looking at him and I'm like, okay, in a few of your moments you look good. Like I'm seeing your touches are decent. You're working the back four. You're not going to get any service. The thing about it is that you're going to have to create your own goals at Man United. Honestly, like the difference with him and Højlund is that he actually can control Højlund was not controlling the ball. He was battling and losing out. Sesko, I saw it like he won his flick on against Chelsea. He's a bit more of a presence. So I like him. But honestly, with Man United number 9s, I can never, ever predict it. It's like, I wish there was another section where you could just say like unknown.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know.
You're scared.
I'm going to say will come good.
Yeah.
In the imagination that we get a new manager.
I think he'll come good, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think he's got everything you need. Yeah. All right, let's do quick fire.
Yes.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Dan and Doy.
This is at Forest.
Mm.
Ooh. will come good.
I see. I think huge. I think they've done well there. I don't think they've actually dropped off at all. I think he's as good as Elanga, actually, the more I think about it. Habib Diarra. Don't know if you see much of him. Sunderland.
I haven't seen too much.
He will... People were talking about him a lot, I think, this year.
Okay.
The one thing he does, and this is where I disagree with me and Kai disagree with him, he shoots a lot.
Really?
And I think that could lead to a couple of like bangers and it'll work for you and it'll be fine. But sometimes it's like, you don't need to always shoot.
Do you know what player? Remember what player was like that? QPR.
Who'd always shoot.
In the Premier League.
In the Prem. Christ.
Always shoot. And you're like, what are you doing? But then he caught one banger one time and I was like, Fez.
Who?
Diakite.
I was going to say Diakite.
Yeah. He would,
bro. Got a banger against Arsenal.
Bro, he would shoot, and you're like, you haven't got the tech for it. Why are you shooting? Like his eyes would light up at any shooting opportunity. You know when fans say shoot, he took it literally.
Yeah.
But then he got that finally. He finally got that banger.
So Diakite, I think he's huge, and both of these are huge. But that's what they sort of sing together for me.
Yeah.
Diarra, Granit Xhaka. They're building it's built around him with the profiles around him that will work for him, that provide the legs that you need. He just needs to be smart on the ball, and God, he is.
Yeah. I'm going to watch out for him now. I'm going to
keep an eye on him.
Attention. Yeah.
Robin Roos as well is another one. He's the goalkeeper who had a great start to the season as well. And that will come good. He's come good already. Joao Pedro.
Did you say Granit Xhaka?
I had said Granit Xhaka.
Oh, that's my favourite sign in the summer.
Is it?
That is the one that I said.
What's the difference between him and Endo?
And who?
Endo.
Nah. Xhaka's got more quality for me. Xhaka, that is the signing of the season. I'm telling you, I loved it from the minute it happened. The type of player he is. Warrior. Absolute warrior. Leader, experience, got on-ball quality as well, which he's shown already. He got some clutch assists. This guy is I always thought he's a really good player. I've always loved Xhaka. And for him to walk in, I love that Sunderland instantly just said, here's the armband. We're not wasting any time. Take it. Take us to the promised land.
Playing as a 6 as well. Yes. Arsenal said, Arsenal said he can do it.
Instantly going to be like it. I said at the start of the season, it's going to take 1 to 3 games for him to be a cult hero at Sunderland, and it's happened already. For me, I've got 2 signings that I absolutely love, and that's one of them.
Okay, let's see if this one of the other ones. Joao Pedro.
I think it's a good signing. Not huge, but it will come good.
Semi-feeling it.
Yeah.
Xavi Simons.
I don't know if this one is techie, but he's been looking all right. He looked all right, and he was terrible against... who was the last game they played? The 1-1?
Wolves.
Wolves, yeah. I'm going to say will come good, but I don't think his level is going to be like unbelievable. I think it's just going to be a good player. Like Maddison was good, didn't it? He was good. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
Kudus.
Will come good.
I think huge.
Huge. No. Huge, you know what? Kudus huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
I get Xavi Simons. You're sort of like you're waiting for him to grab his career.
Yeah. Exactly.
El Hadj Malik Diouf.
My favourite signing. That's the next one. The other one. That's the next one. What a player, man.
Yeah.
This guy is proper. I don't care. This is one and done. This is one and done, James.
What do you mean?
One and done in terms of he will not be at West Ham next season.
Oh, okay.
One and done. He can play for everybody.
I love the way he hits across.
His whips are unbelievable. And I saw it against Senegal, England. And I was like, who is this left back? He looks unbelievable. One of my friends was like, yeah, Juff, he's gone to West Ham. So I was like, okay, that's going to be my one to watch signing of the season. And already he's showing what he can do. Honestly, he looks above West Ham's level. You look at Man City right now, they got Ait Nori. He's okay, he's good. Yeah, you look at United, Dorgu, he's all right. You look at these teams, Kirkes we're just talking about, he can play for anybody, I think. Whew. Player, man.
There you go. 20 as well.
Fan.
Young.
Big fan. And what, Senegal are going to have a great World Cup as well. So
okay, lots of predictions there.
Let's see.
And that's the end of it.
Nice.
Great work. Well done. We've judged enough people now, haven't we? I think enough's enough.
One more.
Oh, you got one more. Go on, chuck it.
Ryan Cherki.
Of course, yeah.
Will come good.
Yeah.
Watch. Well, I got a lot on the line for that
boy.
one. We got.
Is he your boy or is he Liaz's boy first?
So Liaz had the Algerian connection. So that was his boy from day one. But then when I saw Cherki, I just fell in love with this guy. Honestly, I've got a lot right. If he flops, I might have to go into hiding, I
think it... Again, it's one. Is he... You're not going to build the systems around him, though, are they?
They're not. They won't. Man City won't do that.
They don't do that,
So
do they?
he'll have to find a way. But he is so talented. It's just...
He makes you enjoy watching football.
Oh my God, bro. Like, he's so special. So I just hope it works out.
Me and Leah's joke about this. Like, we joke about so there's a phrase that's called a Cortalouse, which means lights out, which is basically a dummy.
Okay.
Right? And so when you're talking about like relationism, right, when you hear that sort of spoken, the Cortalouse is used a lot because if you're sort of coming and defending, if the pass is coming here and the defender has to come to you.
Yeah.
But if you just leave the ball and it goes behind you, that player is out. But that player had to come to you because what if you touch it, then you've not, you know, you're not tight enough. So a Cortalouse is a really powerful thing that I don't think people use enough in modern football. So when you kind of see it, you're like, oh, and Ryan Cherky loves it. So whenever I see one, or whenever I see one with Ryan Cherky in particular, because he did a couple in the Club World Cup when we were doing it for DAZN with Liers, I'll always just send it to him. Yeah. But he loves it, especially with Haaland. He loves a little dummy.
Oh, he's such a... But honestly, listen, let him get back from his injury. I hate when my favourite players play for the rivals. But, hey, it is what it is. Cherky... Oh, we got a lot riding for you, mate.
Lots of players will come good. That's the positivity we're trying to put out.
Yeah,
so good luck to everyone.
We didn't say no refund, did we?
No, we didn't. Because I don't think we were able to get a full refund on certain players.
Is there a refund on anyone that I'm thinking of? Have you got any refunds in mind? That wasn't on the list? Refunds?
The only one... I guess Pellegrini, you've not bought him, have you? So it's just a loan. So that is... You can get a solid refund there. Because it's not cost you anything. I don't know. Ones that you're not... There's a few that...
Refund.
Let's see if I can find one.
Who's in the league at the moment?
I do. I want Gyökeres to do well. You
put him in the refund?
No, but like, you just sort of wonder a little bit, don't you? You do wonder. But I think it's an aesthetic thing. I think that's the big thing here. Right, here we go. These are the top 10 this summer. Which one do you need? Would you if you had to get a refund from one of these?
Okay.
You could get a refund and it doesn't exist. That transfer's done.
All right.
Gyökeres, Zubimendi, Eze, Cunha, Voltemada, Mbumo, Seshko, Ekitike, Wirtz, Isak.
Hey, Wirtz, you might be a good dude, you know. You were a good dude, but that was a British record transfer. Could Liverpool reinvest that money? Is Wirtz going to be £116 million signing?
When do you need to get the payoff? That's the question. If you've got 5 years to get the payoff, I'm not so sure.
Not so sure. But I got to go for the most pricey ones, you know. So
going Wirtz?
Yeah, because I think Isak is going to still be special.
I think mine's Gyökeres, you know.
Gyökeres is... Gyökeres. Yeah, sorry.
I am struggling with the aesthetic.
Gyökeres is up there.
Right.
Yeah, Gyökeres is up there.
Let us know yours in the comments.
Yeah.
Fascinating question. Only you can provide the answer. Yeah. Let us know in the comments. Follow this podcast. Go listen to all the previous editions. They're all wonderful and evergreen. Go and subscribe and watch all of Cam's content, every single one. And do not skip any of the ads. Get our boy some bag. Enjoy yourself. Have a great week. And we'll speak soon.